How's it going, my fellow snail sufferers? It's your missile guy. I've covered a lot of future missiles, but by far one of my most requested videos relating to a Fox 3 is on the MBDA Meteor missile. So today we'll be discussing the Meteor, what we could expect in performance, what aircrafts can utilize it, and finally, what it would mean for the future of War Thunder and what it would do to the current meta if added now. With that being said, let's get my usual disclaimer out of the way. As you may hear, I am human, I am capable of making mistakes. If you hear me get something incorrect and you're sure you have a correction, feel free to comment it below. It helps improve accuracy for all my viewers, and I of course strive to always bring the most accurate information for my viewers. Anyways, without wasting any more time, let's get on with the video. The Meteor missile is an extreme beyond visual range air-to-air missile developed by MBDA. It's guided by a highly advanced mechanical-based radar with two-way data link, allowing the Meteor to be used in a network environment. The Meteor's performance is achieved through its ramjet propulsion system, which uses a solid-fuel variable flow ducted rocket. This ramjet motor provides the missile with thrust all the way to target interception. This has given the missile one of the largest no-escape zones found on any air-to-air missile, potentially only being rivaled by missiles such as the R-37M or the AIM-174B. Currently, the Meteor missile is used by a wide variety of countries. You'll find this missile used by the UK, France, Italy, Spain, and Sweden, as well as some export countries such as Brazil and South Korea. Now, I will note, this is not every country, I'm sure I missed some, but I cannot list them all here, obviously. This means that when the Meteor comes, it will basically be available to almost every country in some form. As mentioned, the Meteor uses ramjet propulsion, giving it one of the largest no-escape zones possible. The Meteor weighs 190 kilograms or 418 pounds with a top speed exceeding Mach 4. Its initial solid fuel booster burns for about 3 to 5 seconds off launch, followed by a sustained ramjet combustion phase that lasts over 60 seconds throughout its flight. This allows the Meteor missile to retain energy, while other missiles that lack this ability often lose maneuverability as they spend the rest of their flight time gliding to the target. While no public or official numbers exist on the secret battery time, we know the Meteor uses a thermal-like battery, and these batteries are sized precisely for expected missions or flight duration. Considering the Meteor is expected to have a top-end range between 160 to 200 kilometers, I'd make a rough estimate that its battery life is a maximum of 5 minutes, which is absolutely nuts. Now, this is just a guesstimation, this is obviously classified and there's no official numbers. This means that in the current age of War Thunder, the Meteor missile would have absolutely no problem traveling across any of the maps at a speed that most players wouldn't be able to comprehend or even realize they need to defend against. However, with the current meta, it wouldn't be too difficult to defeat, as long as you know it's coming and are aware of how much time you have to get into a proper notch angle. We will dive into this more later. As I said before, the Meteor missile is operated by a huge variety of nations. We're going to discuss what aircrafts have the ability to utilize this missile and how many they're capable of carrying. Starting with the UK, their Eurofighter Typhoon is capable of carrying up to 6 to 8 Meteor missiles alongside 2 to 4 short-range missiles such as the ASRAAM. The Eurofighter also had a concept known as Beast Mode, which showed it mounting up to 14 Meteors at once, which is absolutely fucking lethal. The UK is also actively working to retrofit the Meteor onto their F-35 fleet, meaning that in the future, British F-35s could be capable of carrying Meteors, which is kinda terrifying because you can't really see the thing, supposedly of course, as well as the crazy avionics on the F-35 in general. Next we have France with the Rafale. There are some conflicting reports, but it seems the Rafale is capable of carrying a total of up to 4 Meteors. Technically speaking though, with a total of 14 external hardpoints, it could theoretically accommodate more, but it seems your typical operational load is 4 Meteors and 4 Micas, which are no slouch on their own, and we'll be discussing the video later. Next up we have Germany, which like the UK operates the Eurofighter, capable of carrying a total of 6 to 8 Meteors followed by 2 or 4 IRIS-Ts. Germany is also working to retrofit their F-35As with Meteor missiles, meaning technically speaking, like the UK, we could get yet another F-35 capable of carrying the Meteor. For Italy, the same can be said as above. They operate the Eurofighter and the F-35, and are also working to retrofit the F-35. The next unique country is Sweden, which operates the Meteor on their Gripen E's and C's. The Gripen E is noted to be able to carry up to 7 Meteor missiles with 2 IRIS-Ts mounted on the wing pylons. This gives the Gripen far range capability while still maintaining some up-close dogfighting capability. The Gripen C and D are capable of carrying 4 meteors with 2 wing-mounted IRIS-Ts. This is the standard look for most export countries using the Gripen. The final main aircraft we'll discuss is from South Korea, surprisingly. The Kai KF-21 has completed integration and test firing trials, meaning the KF-21 is fully integrated and capable of carrying up to 4 Meteor missiles alongside IRIS-Ts. This aircraft could also theoretically carry more than 4 Meteors by using wing stations, but this would heavily increase its RCS and drag, which I don't think they're aiming to do. Other countries capable of using the Meteor are Brazil on their F-39E Gripen and Spain on their Eurofighter. And as time goes on, this list just grows. If I missed any, feel free to comment them below. I simply just cannot cover all of them. I would be going over repeats and this video would be half an hour long. So how likely are we to receive this missile anytime soon? I think the chances as of this update have grown significantly. As of late, Gaijin has been silently working on dual pulse and ramjet missiles. We saw our first proper dual pulse missile in the form of the Derby ER on Israel's SPAA, and the PL-15 in the game files has been getting tuned as time goes on. We also received our first ramjet based missile in the form of the KH-31PD and the KH-31AD, as well as just the regular A's. These missiles are fully modeled with ramjet thrust values and are incredibly fast even for their size. This means Gaijin is actively able to test and model ramjet values before we see the potential addition of ramjet and dual pulse based missiles. I'd say we're not too far from the addition of the future Fox 3s. We can only hope certain issues are addressed before these come, but knowing how Gaijin operates, it may be unlikely, unfortunately. How powerful would these missiles be in War Thunder? Honestly, in the past couple videos about future Fox 3s, I've had the same concerns. Map size, how fast they are, how easy they are to defeat, the amount of aircrafts that are able to carry them, all that good stuff. But as of late, my opinion has slightly shifted. In an ideal world, Gaijin would heavily expand maps for top-end aircrafts, model seekers more realistically than there currently are, and lower the total player counts of regular ARB match. However, as of right now, I'm more concerned about the future Fox 2s coming over to 3s. Let me explain why before you start commenting on why I'm wrong. Currently, every missile has the same radar sensitivity, with only slight variations between notch angles, such as the Mica having a smaller notch angle, making it technically harder to notch than every other missile. With that being said, Gaijin makes everything roughly the same, without any form of relocking your missiles due to lack of two-way data link modeling. You're capable of notching and defeating missiles at a minimum distance of 3 to 5 kilometers, which essentially makes any seeker advancements worthless. Followed by the current meta of multipathing, 80% of the lobby hugs the floor, meaning your missiles would just smack the ground and do nothing anyways, with a small chance of them crashing and you getting the kill. Or maybe the missile manages to damage them, causing them to crash, but either way, multipathing is still a major issue. So the bigger issue is how fast these missiles accelerate and can impact. While I believe the Meteor would be one of the best missiles in this regard, it's worth noting that this is a ramjet missile, meaning its acceleration is likely slower than most other solid fuel only based missiles. It would excel and reign mostly supreme at long range, but be worse up close. Missiles like the R-27ER prove effective because they accelerate extremely fast, meaning in a within visual range environment, it gives you the least amount of time to get into a notch. It's also capable of being relocked if chaffed occasionally, meaning sometimes you have to defend even harder. This is why the ER proves so effective compared to every Fox 3 in the game, in my opinion. Again, ideally Gaijin would model everything in a more realistic manner, make the maps bigger, and fix the total player count to fit the amount of missiles these aircrafts can carry, but Gaijin is so terrified of messing with their queue times that this is highly unlikely as of right now. As for map size, we can only hope bigger maps are developed from now until the future Fox 3s come to the game, but being the bearer of bad news, I for some reason doubt this, as we're already rapidly closing in on the missiles being added. And no, nuclear thunder is not big enough. So truthfully, I think the bigger worry is the advanced Fox 2s, as Fox 3s in their current state prove to be worse than a Fox 1, such as the ER, most of the time, with their only advantage being that they're obviously active radar. So if you aren't fighting an SM2, you can bully most aircraft into being unable to even use them. Fox 2s, on the other hand, are going to be extremely strong if they're modeled how I think they will be, but that's a topic for another video. Anyways, that's all I have for you, my fellow snail sufferers. I know the topic on the Meteor has been requested for a while now, so just like my EA video, I hope I was able to quench your thirst for the missile. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, consider leaving a like on the video, maybe even hype. It helps push my content out, or sub. It means a lot to me as we slowly push to 4K subs. Thank you, my fellow snail sufferers. This is your missile guy. I will see you all in the next one.